Hello everybody, welcome again. So now today we'll be doing question 6 maths paper 2 November 2023. Welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and then comment. So now question 6, these are trigonometric graphs. Okay, so now in the diagram, the graph of f of x 2 sine 2x and g of x cos x plus 45 are drawn for the interval blah blah. The first thing that you must check the graphs. As you can see, the value of a, or the amplitude there, it is what? 2. As you can see, this is the amplitude, it is already 2. And then now sine 2x there is something about sine 2x there, because we know that our parent graph, it is what? Y, it is equals to sine x only. So there is something about that too. I will come back to it. And then g of x, it is simply a negative graph, so it's not a problem, which is cos. And then the amplitude, it is what? Y. But let me check something there. The amplitude of this graph of what? Of g of x, it is what? It is 1. Okay, because you can see that the what you call the amplitude, it is the maximum point whereby your graph tends. So as you can see here, the amplitude of this graph is what? 1 there, because as you can see, this is 1 there. Okay, and then now it is what? X plus 45, which simply tells us Oguti, this graph has been shifted 45 units where? To the left. Okay, those are the things, because when it is x plus 45, it has been shifted to the left, and then when it is x to what you call minus 45, it has shifted to the right. So those are the things that you must check there. So it simply means that my graph has been shifted only, nothing has changed, the period, it is the same. Now let's check the what you call the graphs there. Now that two there, oh sorry, I said you must continue there. So now the first question, write down the period of f, which is this f. But check something there. We know from our formulas, it is what? Y, it is equals to a sine theta, and then what? And then after that sign there, it must be what? B. Sometimes they even put what? Okay there, but that two there, it is all about what? The period. Okay, we know our formula is what? Y, it is equals to a. That a there, it is our what? Amplitude, as I just explained it right now. So it is equals to, what is equals to a sine k, and then theta plus p, then plus q. But now we are gonna do it like this. So period, it is equals to 360 divided by k, whereby now it is what? 360 over that 2 that we have, which means with our period, it is equals to 180 degrees. Okay, so now that's how we find it. Now on the second question, they are saying that determine the range of g in the interval of that which is given there. So now one the range, it is where your graph starts and where it ends. So as you can see, I can see that the graph of g, which is this one, it is starting at 1. That is what I know. Ne? No, it is starting where? In the negative side. Okay, but now, and I know that it is ending where? At 1. So I must find that value, because it cannot be what? Negative 1. So, and as I can see there, where this graph it is starting, I think it is starting somewhere around here. So I can see that at that point, x, it is equals to 0. Yeah, now you're gonna write my equation. Y is equals to negative what? Cos x plus 45 degrees. So y, it is equals to negative cos what? 45, because that negative, that what you call x was what? 0 there. So it is the same as having what? Negative cos 45 degrees there. Is it fine? So which means our y, it is equals to negative 1 over root 2. So the range, it is what? From negative 1 over root 2, and then like this, y until 1 there. So that's how we represent our what? Our period there. Okay, let's continue, because it is starting here and ended there at 1. And then 6.3, they are asking us determine the values of x in the interval of that for which f of x times g of x, it is what? Greater than 0. So now in this question, these are the things that you must check. It is this one, where the other graph, like you must check when it is like this, it means where the graph of, for example, the graph of f must be above the graph of g, and another point whereby the graph of g, it is what you call above the graph. So it must be the other one must be on top. The between the two graphs, one graph must be on top of another. Is it fine? So now, as you can see, I can see that at 45, this g, it is what below f there. So now I can start saying that f, it is above g, and then g, it is below. So now I can start writing my what 45 degrees representing. And then when you have to check the next one here, on the next one, this is where I can see that now when it is 90, the graph of f, it is now below, and then this one of g, it is what above there. Can you see it now? So now the other answer will be what 90. 6.4, 6.32, they are saying that f of x plus 1 less than 0. When they are saying that, this is what you can do. You can simply take that one to the other side so that it can be minus 1. For these types of questions whereby they give you numbers, I love them because I prefer doing what solving them, even if it is gonna take time. Okay, but from what I can see, they said that now I can just take my answer there. Check something on this graph. On this question, they said that f of x must be like I need already, I've took that one to the other side, so it is basically f of x less than or equals to -1, right? So it basically means the graph of f must be less than -1. So as you can see, this is my -1 that I have here. Okay, and then now I can do this x there and y, and then continue again. This can be another point here. So now they are basically talking about the values of x. So already at this point, the value of x, this is what 105 there. So as you can see, this is what they are talking about, where f of x, it is what less than or below -1. So this is the region that they are talking about. So now I have to look at, let me simply label this point B, because already at point B I have what -1. So I have to check this one, the other point whereby the graph of f, it is what less than -1. So already for this question, let me simply do my thing here. The answer for this one, the first answer, it is what 105, because I was already given. So now I have to check what the next answer there, because already I found the first one. Now let's substitute. It's gonna be 2 sine 2x less than or equals to -1. Now I can divide both sides by what? By 2. So it will be sine 2x less than or equals to -1 over 2. Now I'm gonna introduce my what? General solution. 2x less than or equals to x sine. I'll put it there. So my 2x will be less than or equals to what? What is sine -1? It is what? -30 degrees. Therefore, my x will be equals to what you call -15 degrees plus 180 degrees K. Okay, so now I can do what? Find x values now. Where there is K, I'm gonna substitute 0 and 1 and what dot dot dot. So from what I can see there, when I substitute 1 on this one, it will be the same as what? 180 minus 15, which will give me what? 165, and it is under the range, which are the interval given there. So which means between this point and this point, this is where I have my what? My 165. So the other answer there will be what? 165. I love those questions because you can just work them out without even using what? Inspection. So in this question, they said that they want us to check the values of x, whereby f of x, it is what? Less than -1. So as you can see, this is -1 there, and then x and y. So now this is the point whereby f of x is what? Less than -1. So already I was given the first point, the first answer, which is what? 105 there, because at 105, this is the point whereby f of x, it is what? Less than it is less than -1. But now at point B, I labeled this one point B. I have the y value only, which is -1, but I do not have the x value, which is here. Okay, so I simply used what? My general solution to find the exact value, because I don't want to use inspection or whatever. So now as you can see, I solved here, and when I substitute 1 on the value of k, it is the same as 180 minus 60 minus 15, which is the same as what? 165. Okay, so now that's how you do those questions, guys. So now let's go to the next question. Let's do the next one, just replacing the paper there. So now they are saying that another graph of p, which is defined by p of x, it is equals to negative f of x, and which is the lies on p, determine the values of k in the interval. So when it is this one, this is how I'm gonna do it. Watch it now. So now this is what will happen. And if they're looking for the values of k, I'm gonna treat it like this. So p of x, it is the same as y. It is equals to negative what? F of x. F of x, it is what? 2 sine 2x. So it is gonna be negative 2 sine 2x there. And then they said that there is a point which is d. So at d, k and what? Negative 1. So now at y, it is negative 1, which is equals to negative 2 sine 2 what? K. Because where there is x, I put what? K. Now after that, I can simply divide both sides by what? Negative 2. So it will be the same as what? 1 over 2, because negative over negative is positive, which is equals to what? Sine 2k. Can you see it? Now it is when I'm gonna introduce my what? My general solution. So 2k, it is equals to arc sine. Okay, so therefore my k, it is equals to what you call 2k, sorry, 2k, it is equals to 30 degrees there. Okay, so you can simply say 30 degrees plus 360k, but now they are not looking for general solution, so my value of k will be what? 15 degrees. Okay, now as I can check here, so let me just do it plus 360 degrees k. This is the first value of k, right? So now they said that determine the values, but in this case I'm gonna get what? 2 values there. So now let me use the other one, so I can say or. So now it will be what? This was the first quadrant. The second quadrant, it will be 2k, it is equals to 180 minus theta, which is 30 degrees, plus 360 degrees k. And then k, it is gonna be 2k is gonna be equals to what you call 150 degrees plus 360 degrees k. And then therefore when I divide by 2, it will be k, it is equals to 75 degrees plus 360, 180 degrees k. So my second k, it will be what? 75 degrees. So the values of k is equals to 15, or k is equals to 75. Okay, because they said what? The values there, and they said in the interval between 0 and 180. On the last one, the graph of h is obtained when g is translated 45 units to the left. So now what I just said in the beginning when I started this video, 45 degrees to the left, you do what? You add. Okay, so now they said that the graph of g, they want the equation of h. So now when it is like this, what is the graph of g? The graph of g, it is what? G of, now this g of x, it is equals to negative cos x plus 45, ne? But they want the graph of what? Of h. So h of x will be equals to negative cos x plus 45. I said what? To the left, you do what? You add. So plus 45. So h of x, it is equals to negative cos what? X plus 90. So guys, as you can see, this cos, it is negative. So I can simply write this one as what? H of x, it is equals to what? Cos 90 minus x, or x minus 90, but it would be better to say what? 90 minus x. Okay, because now I'll be interchanging what? I'm sign there. Is it fine? And then you know that cos 90 minus x can be simply taken to what? To sine x. So therefore my h of x will be equals to sine x there. Okay, so guys, that is all, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. Ciao.